we're gonna be working together going forward. So even if they kind of just agree in this expectations section, we're slowly starting to move them towards like actually being open to doing this with us. So then we're gonna go to number 4, and this is the medical questions. Some people get weird about this when they're new. I'm very simple with it. I'm just saying, there's over 30 different companies that we have access to. We just want to make sure we choose the right one for you. Any kind of medical diagnoses or ailments in the past. And look, I am not getting caught up about this. I am being very direct, very simple. Some people are like, well, I thought we didn't have to do medical stuff. I said, anything involving death, you're going to have some kind of, medical questionnaire. The good thing is just answering a couple quick questions. Do you take any prescription medications at all or no? Right? And I always ask how many do you take any and how many do you take and what are those for? Because that's actually what's going to come up on the MIB report. Ask smoker, non-smoker, ask all the simple stuff, heart attack, stroke, cancer, COPD, kidney, liver issues, all that good stuff. Get a really good idea of what their situation is. And medical questions is important. And then also inside of medical questions, depending on, I like to ask income, just depends on what product you're selling. But we'll ask income. Sometimes it happens in this 5th section, which would be info gathering or fact finding. So like for mortgage protection, I have this section, which is not actually in the final expense script that I use, but this fact-finding section is, how much is left on your home, what's your monthly payment, how many years are left on it, and we kind of start opening the door to figure out the problem that they're facing, right? And you could have a fact-finding section for final expense, but final expense is a little bit more simple, and you can just ask income there. Income is really important because I think that it doesn't make sense to offer anything that's like above, I'd say like 5% of their income. So like if someone's making $1,000 a month, $50 a month is kind of like a safe amount for them to spend. If they're making $2,000 a month, an affordable amount that they could put towards an insurance plan is $100 a month, right? So if someone's making $5,000, I feel really comfortable if it makes sense to show them something that's $200-300 a month. And that's just like kind of a rule of thumb that I've kind of gone by, and it's been really, really helpful. Somewhere around that 5%, 4, 6 maybe, somewhere around there. But in fact finding, this is important because, okay, actually I'm gonna take a step back and we're gonna go up to this part above because we need to know a few things to figure out exactly what company we're gonna go with. So in the underwriting process, we need to know 3 things: age, we need to know income, and we need to know health, okay? So at this point in the script, it doesn't matter what kind of lead it is or what kind of leads you're calling, I have these things. So I have age on the lead form a lot of times. If not, I grab it in here. Income, I grab income here, and health is in the medical question. So at this point in the script, I'm already thinking, this is the company that I'm gonna use, this is the amount, I'm gonna start trying to find the amount that I'm gonna start to show them for the numbers down here. Okay, so I'm already pre-planning and thinking ahead to figure out at this point in the script, before we get into the why section and really the meat and potatoes of the conversation, I already know, okay, this is the company that I'm gonna start to use, right? General rule of thumb, it just depends honestly if you're doing final expense, if you're doing, mortgage protection, if you're doing IULs, carriers and all that are gonna change.